Thanks for having me today, Nolan Pike. I'm the president and CEO of Electrolux North America. I'm really privileged to talk to the council. Our purpose at Electrolux, shape living for the better. So we really believe in sustainability as a critical part of this. And as a company, since 2017, we've reduced our carbon output by 84%. And by 2030, we'll be carbon neutral. We're committed to this in our use. We're committed to climate neutral operations, and we're committed to the United Nations Global Compact. We think it's a significant importance to be on this journey. And our executive team is incentivized on a sustainable journey. It's so important to our company as our part in people's lives and our part as a manufacturer to really make this journey. But it's really more than that. So one, we want to be climate neutral and drive a good manufacturing footprint, a good logistics footprint. But it also means human rights, sustainable in our supply chain and throughout the supply chain. It means solutions that go to your home that use less water, that use less energy, that are more efficient, and then more and more circularity. So we can keep appliances, we can keep our solutions in your home or recycle them and make sure they get to landfills and not use harmful materials. But actually, 84% of the impact we make as a company is in how our consumers use the product. So we've divided our company really into three areas: taste, care, how we care for clothes and dishes and after you have a meal, and well-being, which is a lot about air filtration, air quality, keeping you cool safely. So in these areas, we're going to talk and go a little deeper on. We want sustainable eating to be the preferred choice, and we're going to drill down today into food waste, which we think is really an important and significant topic. But also, the apparel industry is environmentally uses a lot of resources as well. So if we can make your clothes last twice as long and we can use half of the detergent, we think that's a very good thing. Actually, it's not a trade-off at all when we do this, because your clothes last longer, they stay brighter, they stay softer. When we talk about food waste, it actually is not just about food waste, it's about better tasting and nutritious food. And then in your home, a lot of people talk about the environment and pollution outside. But what I think very few people know is that your air inside your home is often much worse. And we really want to be a part of helping having better quality air inside the home as well. And then, of course, we support the UN Sustainability Development Goals and the climate targets. Now, food waste. A third of the food that consumers eat is thrown away. And we think that this is a real problem. Our environment's important. We have limited resources. So when we throw away a third of the food, it really doesn't respect the earth. And we think that's very important. But also, a lot of the elements of food waste at the same time deprive the food of nutrition. So when you can store food longer, you make it more nutritious and it actually tastes better. Again, talking about these trade-offs, sustainability and a better tasting meal work really, really well together. And then affordability. The price of food, the access to food, in some areas it's limited. So if we can not waste as much food, economically it's very good for people, and it's also a cause that people really rally around. And it's not a polarizing issue. People don't want to waste. When we talk to consumers, they think food waste is really bad. The Frigidaire consumer and most branded consumers think this is an issue that they expect us to be a part of. Now, the really exciting part for us to be a part of the Council of Competitiveness is we're very, very far down the chain in this cycle. So think about, typically you think about you farm food, you get it to the market, you get it to the grocery store, then you get it to the home. But actually, it starts earlier than that. When we're throwing away a third of the food that we have, imagine the raw material that goes into the processing and the equipment, the labor that's required for just farm equipment and anything that is needed. We're wasting a tremendous amount of resources even before we start to farm. And from farm to preparation to the consumer eating it, we're further down the chain. So what we're trying to do at Electrolux is we want your food to last longer. So we have technology that can store your food significantly longer by keeping the moisture, by getting things like ethylene out of the compartment where you store your vegetables so they last longer. They taste better, and they're more nutritious. We have elements like steam reheat that you can take leftovers that you might have thrown away And then we kind of regenerate the food by making the rice more moist, by making the pizza less brittle. And then people want to eat that food longer. And then really helping with a whole lot about what you do to reuse meal by meal prep. So these ingredients that you can use, you can make lots of different meals. So we'll assist the consumer in that. But that's fairly far down the chain. So what we'd like to really partner with you on, and members of the council, is earlier in the chain, how can we as an industry understand more about this issue and how we can keep food longer, be more efficient with how we process and distribute, and really tackle this issue. And we think food waste is an issue that's solvable, an issue that's meaningful, and we're excited about working and solving this issue with you. And appreciate being part of this council, and really are committed to shaping living for the better.